It happened a week before our wedding, and I was beginning to get tired of hearing, "Jesus, Tom, well, you took the weight out of you," or variations on that theme. I confess I felt the same way. Stephanie is stunning. She looks like a model in a swimsuit with long blonde hair and icy blue eyes. I, on the other hand, well, pretty good-looking and fit enough, but out of her league. There you go again, even I'm saying it. It wasn't so much the comments that bothered me as the fact that Stephanie seemed to enjoy them. I was hoping for at least some kind of protection or support, maybe that she was just as lucky or that I was a great guy, but none of that followed. I wondered if she agreed with their assessment, and if so, where we would end up in the future. I was already uncomfortable with the amount of male attention she was attracting, and the fact that she was either encouraging it or claiming as if she didn't notice it. Then there was Aiden, who always stayed in the background, but my future wife assured me that he was just a family friend. Our conversations became more and more one-sided and more focused on her. At first I wrote it off to the stress of getting married and becoming a bride. However, much of this is self-inflicted. My initial suggestions of a wedding in the Caribbean or a small celebration with close family members were rejected. The wedding went far beyond our original plans and budget. But she had to have the perfect dress, the perfect venue, the cake, the ring, and her third cousins had to be added to the guest list, and it was approaching 270 people at that stage. I seemed lost in the mishmash. I was often briefed, but usually ignored. I wondered if anyone would notice if I just didn't show up, and I wondered again why she was marrying me. Her mother mentioned a property for sale near where they live. It's a fantasy. There's no way we could have afforded houses like that for years at least. Then at the wedding rehearsal, her father lectured me in front of the whole family that his princess should be kept in familiar surroundings. Steph and her mother smiled at this, and I barely managed my fake smile, thinking I was an idiot for expecting the words, "Welcome to the family." My grandfather's old advice came back to me. Trust your intuition. After all, trusting your gut and trusting Steph are the same thing, isn't it? I tried to talk to her about the escalating situation and explain again what was bothering me. "Steph, I'm not thrilled about—" She immediately panicked and babbled, "I wasn't cheating. It's just that everyone got carried away at the bachelorette party. The idea that I just wasn't happy with the wedding arrangements didn't even cross her mind. I was stunned, but responded, not cheating, but I was drunk. They were all kissed, strippers. I didn't kiss him on the lips." She said it like it was an achievement. "They focused on me as the bride. Everyone said I should do it, even my mom. You don't have to react like that. I have a right." "What, you have a right to perform oral sex? Is that it?" "Yes, no. I mean, it was nothing. Just a drunken party. You shouldn't overreact. I suspect this will be the first of many conversations where you explain what you're entitled to and that I shouldn't overreact. I have rights too, including the right not to marry you. Don't be ridiculous. Everything is already arranged. Except for the groom, which should be important to you, but I'm sure Aiden will arrange everything. This is just the last straw, Steph. You haven't listened to me for weeks, flirting deliberately and acting like a self-sufficient princess. Well, now you can have it your way if I'm not around." She was furious. How dare I treat her like this? I have to man up, not be a wimp. We'll figure it all out later, and the wedding has to happen. On autopilot, I went to my sister's house. She is a formidable woman, and I was expecting to get a beating from her after repeating my sad story. She just smiled, and then the smile turned into laughter. "Thanks for that. I never liked that snooty bitch. I knew you'd get your way in the end, little brother. Grandpa would be proud of you. Anyway, she overestimates her own weight. You're way too good for her."